What's good, guys? Welcome back to the fourth episode of the Miami Dolphins franchise. Make sure you check out last episode where we took on the Raiders and came out with a big dub. Tua having a decent game, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. And now we're on to the fourth episode in week 4, taking on the Colts, who are 2-1. Now, we do have a lot of things to get to, as you can see on the activities list. But the first thing I do want to go over is that new Mike Gesicki contract. So if we get into players ready to negotiate, the only guy I'm really looking to do here is Mike Gesicki. Again, like I've said a bunch of times when we go in here, Christian Wilkins will be taken care of with that 5th year option, as he does have in his life. None of the other players I don't think need a new contract as of yet, or have played well enough to deserve a new contract yet. But that being said, let's get into the Mike Gesicki contract now. I am thinking around 5 years, just to bring up to when he's 30 years old, so we'll have our franchise set in for 5 years. And I'm thinking of lowering the signing bonus a little bit and upping the salary, and then I think we're good to go. So I am thinking around 4.25 or 4.15. Let's up the salary a little bit to about 5 million, and that brings us up to 45.5. Lowers the cap hit though, but he actually gets a little bit more money if he stays healthy and we don't release him or anything like that. I think that's a pretty fair deal, so let's offer that to Mike Gesicki. Are you sure you want to sign this player? Yes. And Mike Gesicki is back for 5 years. So Mike Gesicki is the tight end. I know in real life it's a little bit of a question mark just because blocking is really important to Mike McDaniel's scheme, but what Mike Gesicki's been able to do in the air has been so integral to the offense so far, so I think that's a great deal to get it done. And it's not immovable either if we decide to go in a new direction, but I'm really happy with that contract for Mike Gesicki. The next thing I do want to show you guys is just who the captains are. I know it's something that maybe a lot of you guys don't care about, but I know some of you out there might care about it. So the captains are Teron Armstead, Javon Holland, Brandon Jones, Tua Tagovailoa, Alec Ingold, and E-Rob, Landon Roberts over here. Where is he? His overall's pretty low. Landon Roberts, because he's the captain in real life. All those captains were captains in real life. Like a guy like Alec Ingold is a captain on the Raiders, so I figured might as well keep him as a captain here. Now, we do have a few things to go through before we get to the game, and we'll start with who was signed from our practice squad. Is Cameron Good, the 7th round draft pick from this year, has been signed from the practice squad. He might make the roster in real life, he might not, but I put him on the practice squad, and unfortunately we lose him. Only a 7th round pick though, so I'm not too worried about that. It is unfortunate to see him go though. I will say I did think he might be here for a little bit, but the Bengals decided to pick him up. Then we have all of these activities, which again, we haven't had that many activities in the beginning of the games in the last few episodes, but we have 3 here, so let's see what it's about. Tandem breakout offense. Jalen Waddle says, man, Tyreek Hill took over our last game and couldn't be stopped. Are you ready to see me go off like that today? Yes. Do I want to praise him? No, I'm going to challenge him. I'm going to challenge Jalen Waddle. Don't ask me, show me when opponents are watching film of our offense, make them terrified about how they're going to defend you both. That is something that should be said in real life as well. How are people going to defend Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? Jalen Waddle says, I guess it's time to put on a show then. Call my number. You want to get it? I'm ready to have a huge day. I respond with, I like it. The more guys you have making plays, the more boosts the confidence of the entire offense. It helps everyone contribute, which is all true. Again, I think we're going to have Jalen Waddle have a good day, and I'm honestly okay with that. So he gets 2,500 XP, and let's get Jalen Waddle. Let's try and get Jalen Waddle 150 plus receiving yards. I'm okay with that. I think we can do that as well. I think it's important because he hasn't had a big game in a while, and I do want him to be a big part of the offense as the main receiver going forward. So we are definitely going to try and get that done. And there is a touchdown multiplier with this, so there is a bonus goal. So touchdowns with Waddle will give him a bonus like to his reward. So we're definitely going to try and get him 150 yards and that touchdown. Next up on the list, we have locker room calling it quits. I'm pretty sure this is Teron Armstead, if I remember correctly, as it is Teron Armstead as, hey coach, I don't feel like my heart has been in the game lately. I'm thinking about hanging up the cleats. Got any advice? Obviously, we're going to convince him to stay. We're not just going to let him retire. So we're going to say that he's an integral part of the team and that we really need him out there. And it's true, even 70 or 80% of you is better than a ton of players in this league. So how can we make this work? He goes, I guess I can't let the team down. As long as we're winning and playoff contenders, I'll be okay. But if my heart isn't in it and we're losing, I'm out, coach. So we are going to have to win some games here to keep your arms shed. So that shouldn't be too big of a deal as we have been winning. And he does have a little bit of a morale hit to his ratings, but that's fine, as if we keep winning, he'll be back and it will actually go up if we do keep winning and keep him on the team. So I'm not too worried about this, but winning will help him stick around. And lastly, we do have a press conference with the QB1 check-in. This is a little bit unfortunate because Tua hasn't had the greatest start to the year. I believe he has 7 touchdowns and 8 picks so far. So we are going to preach the team mentality, as I don't want to praise him just yet, as his play hasn't been up to par yet, but I think it will come. Just again, like I've been talking about, I haven't been playing that good with him. I'm going to be honest, I've played through some pretty bad balls. So again, we just got to beat the Colts for that goal. But again, if I can just hone it in here, again, now that I've played a few games, I should be good to go here. So hopefully Tua can have one of his best games in the year. With that being said though, we are going to get into weekly strategy. And I know I said I want Tua to have a good game, but with that being said, I also need the run game to start getting going. So we are going to have that, as I don't want to do throw it deep, as the Colts defense is pretty good. I'm actually going to do blitz counter because their D-line is pretty decent. And I do think the way to go here is to get the run game going. I say it every episode, I say it every time, and I know I never do it. So this episode, I'm really going to try and let the run game predict what we're going to do and use the run game to set up Tua Tagovailoa for success. The weekly game plan goal, I'm going to do throw 2 TD passes like usual. I'm going to do sack the QB 3 times, because if we can get to Matt Ryan, that would really disturb their offense. And then we're actually going to do rush for 150 yards and win the turnover battle, because I don't want to throw turnovers and picks with Tua, and I do want to get the run game going, so I think that relates to that pretty well. As we get into the training here and we're looking for injuries, there is a reminder for you guys that Jalen Phillips is out for a few games. I believe it's 4 weeks, so Melvin Ingram will take that starting role out that outside linebacker position, but it's really unfortunate that Jalen Phillips does get injured. No injuries so far. It looks like no injuries to our offense either. So again, a clean bill of health in practice so far, which is really nice to see, but it's really unfortunate that Jalen Phillips was injured during that game. But again, thank God for Chris Greer and thank God for Mike McDaniel in real life for picking up Melvin Ingram before we started the series. So at least we have them in this game and in this franchise. Now, with that being said, let's jump into this game against the Colts. 1 p.m. game at home against the Colts. We are going with the all turquoise jerseys just to switch it up a little bit, and just because I think it's a nice little combo there. I don't even not like the other ways. I just wanted to bring out the full turquoises, as the Miami Dolphins have done that in the past, and it looks pretty good. So starting off on defense like usual, again, I'm gonna have to find a way to see if I can make that random, or we'll just leave it like this, because again, it's just whatever. We kick off every game. Matt Ryan hasn't been a pretty good year so far, 2-to-1 interception to touchdown ratio, so not bad there. And their offense should be pretty decent. Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman, they are some good players, so we really need to start off well. And again, we do want this to be easy. I mean, we have started 3-0, so a loss should be coming relatively soon, but so far, it's been pretty good. Jonathan Taylor's going to be really hard to stop. Javon Holland met him in the gap, but Jonathan Taylor shrugs him off for an easy first down. 13 yards on that first rush. So I'm not going to lie, I think I chose the wrong goal when I put Matt Ryan defend short passes, because that's what Madden was saying was the best way to go. I think I should have said stop inside run, because Jonathan Taylor is going to feast, man. This is ridiculous. He's just running over everyone. Again, at halftime, we're definitely going to switch the goal to defend the inside run, as, man, Jonathan Taylor is going to be tough to stop. Using Jerome Baker here on Jonathan Taylor in the route as they are passing, so I'm just going to cover him out here as he goes up on the wheel route, and Matt Ryan just decides to throw it away. Sending the heat here, we're going to cover Jonathan Taylor with Jerome Baker. I'm assuming they are passing the ball. So Jerome, we do get pressure. Matt Ryan running away and forced to throw it away again, forcing 3rd and 10. Man, this D-line is not here to mess around. This defense is the strength of our team. I know our offense is pretty sick as well, but this defense is freaking amazing. We're just going to go with another cover 2, man-to-man, hopefully get this offense onto the field. Using Javon Holland, looking everywhere. Matt Ryan gets dumped by Raekwon Davis. Again, our nose tackle, getting the sack. Emmanuel Ogbah was there as well, and that's an awesome start to the game, forcing 4th and 20 and forcing the punt. As what is Raheem Mostert doing? Keep that at home. River Craycraft back to return. Let's see if we can get a decent return, and we can't. But again, not too shabby. He's not really an electric returner. He's more of a safe returner, so he's not going to get too many touchdowns on the way back, as those stats don't look great. But he is going to be the safe returner, not fumble too much, as we really want to improve those stats for Tua Tagovailoa. The yards are good. The touchdowns are good. The picks need to go down, man. So hopefully we can start that here. This game might be a heavy dose of the run, because they have Jonathan Taylor, and we're really trying to get the run going here against this tough Colts defense. We chose a bad game to finally want to get the run game going, just because this Colts defense is pretty good with that addition of Stephon Gilmore. But it is going to be the run game that kind of solves this, as I don't love the run here, as they have so many people in the box. So I'm actually going to switch to the mesh play, and hopefully someone gets open. Again, not trying to go away from the run, it's just that they had so many guys in the box that it wasn't really worth it to run, as Hunter Long just dropped an easy pass. Not good for the second-year tight end. Now forcing us to pass again. Hunter Long not making a good play there, having Chase Edmonds, one of our better pass blocking running backs in the game. We're looking at Waddle and Gesicki over the middle for this first down. Jalen Waddle looks pretty open, passing him in front, and Waddle catches with one hand. What a dime from Tua, what a catch from Waddle, doing that really nonchalant. The superstars, again, I almost forgot, we need to get him going, man, for those goals, so hopefully we can get him going. This play was awesome last week with Tyreek getting open on the right side, but we do have Mostert underneath, just taking what they're giving us, and Mostert get those wheels going. We should have ran out of bounds, but we don't want him to take too many hits, as he does have a few injuries every now and then, as he is pretty injury prone, just to be honest. No disrespect to him, that's just what it is, but we don't want Mostert taking that many hits. But let's get back to the run game here. Chase Edmonds gets tackled by, I believe that's DeForest Buckner, but that is okay. We're going to continue with the run here. Let's get Edmonds involved here as, again, we really want to use this run game to set up the pass, and we really want the run game to be the catalyst of this offense. It's a good block there from Mike Gesicki, and I don't know if that's going to be a holding. I actually don't know what that is. Probably a holding call. It is a holding call. Usually when I don't see anything bad going on, it is a holding call, so it is holding on J.C. Treader, one of our veterans. So instead of 3rd and 4, it's now 2nd and 20. Not too good there, so we are forcing us to pass. Go with the cross drag, and again, we're looking at Waddle as we do want him to have a good game. And this route hopefully will get open. If not, we're going to look at Gesicki underneath. As Waddle, lots of separation, floated up Tua, and he misses him. How is that inaccurate? There's no pressure. There's no pressure at all. Jalen Waddle is wide open. I tried to do a touch pass. I tried to do a bullet, actually, but I guess I released the button too early. And still, a touch pass should have worked perfectly there. And unfortunately, it's inaccurate. So we are at 3rd and 20 now. Might have to settle for a field goal here as we're not trying to throw a pick. And that's usually what happens when I try and throw deep. We're just going to take what's given to us. Use Cedric Wilson. And he actually has space to run. Almost getting to that 1st down. Now it's decision time for us if we want to go for it on 4th and 4. I do think we're just going to take our points here, though, with Jason Sanders. Jason Sanders getting the field goal accurate, so no pressure there, and the field goal is good. As honestly, a 3-0 lead isn't too bad. Just really unfortunate on that throw to Jalen Waddle, as that might have been a touchdown. Colts back on the field here. I do realize I did forget to do that like pregame scout just to see their overalls. Honestly, I don't think it's that important, so I'm not too worried about that. There was just a lot of activities to do at the beginning, so that is why that happened. As Emmanuel Ogbah getting his hand on the ball like he does in real life so many times. That's awesome to see. Let's start sending the heat again, man. We do need to stop Jonathan Taylor, and we need to stop Matt Ryan, so sending the heat will work. Brandon Jones getting over Jonathan Taylor. Make the secure tackle on 19. And 1 for 4 for 8 yards is not too shabby, forcing the 3rd down. They did get open there as the offensive line did hold up. The Colts offensive line is pretty good, and when they hold up against the blitz and it's man-on-man like that, can't ask the corners for much more than that. As they give it to Jonathan Taylor in the middle of the field on 3rd and 2, and we try and make a tackle here. And Jerome Baker again. Jerome Baker had a great game last game, and he comes up with a nice tackle there to prevent Jonathan Taylor from getting even more yards on that rush. Man, he has been killing us. This is going to be a tough game, man, trying to stop him. So Jerome Baker and the linebackers really need to do well as he just trucks everybody, and it takes a defensive lineman and Emmanuel Ogbah to bring him down. He has 4 rushes for 56 yards. He is eating right now, and it's not good. We really need to find a way to stop Jonathan Taylor. This is not good at all. Like Jerome Baker, I met him in the gap, and he's just getting through as, again, a missed tackle there. And another missed tackle, another missed tackle. It's taking defensive lineman and Raekwon Davis and Emmanuel Ogbah to bring this guy down. None of our defenders or none of our linebackers or our defensive backs can bring this man down, man. These sliders make it really rough. Jonathan Taylor is eating. I believe that's Nyheim Hines into the game now, so we don't have to worry about that. This is a passing play, and they do go to Nyheim Hines. Channing Tindall with a nice tackle there. Again, we're limiting Matt Ryan right now, but Jonathan Taylor has proven to be an issue, as it does look like it might be a run here. Let's pinch the line and hope it's an inside run, as there is a flag. I believe that is on the offense, as it is a false start. So good for us. Push them back a little bit so Jonathan Taylor can't just eat like that. As we're really trying to limit Jonathan Taylor here, as they do a toss to him on the outside. Blocks hold up, and a big tackle there from Brandon Jones and Javon Holland, the safety duo, meeting up on a tackle. Man, it seems like we need 2 people to tackle this man, because he is just going to keep eating. They look like they're going to give it to him again, and man, we really need an answer. Hopefully Landon Roberts can prove to be that answer as he meets him in the gap, and a nice stop from Emmanuel Ogbah. Thank you, Emmanuel, man. Finally a stop behind the line of scrimmage on Jonathan Taylor. That is going to be huge against this Colts team, as they have just been driving down the field. As I don't know if they're going to get a playoff here. They're not. So 3-0 to start this game against the Indianapolis Colts. Going with the DB blitz here with Eric Rowe off the edge, as again Matt Ryan gets out, but we make a nice tackle. Brandon Jones with a nice tackle on Mo Alley Cox. I do believe that honestly the passing game I'm not too worried about with Matt Ryan. Again, he's a solid quarterback, but Jonathan Taylor is the real guy we need to stop here. But now they are going to the pass. Good coverage all around. Xavier get there, and Xavier gets routed a little bit. And Keelan Cole routes up Xavier Howard. I never thought I would say that sentence, because I'm not going to lie, that should never happen. Like, I'm not going to lie, Madden, I don't know how you have a receiver like that running up a guy like Xavier Howard, because that honestly would probably never happen in real life. But it does happen, and I was talking so much smack about how it's Jonathan Taylor we need to stop, and then Matt Ryan goes ahead and throws a touchdown. Coming onto the field, down 7-3. Don't love being down this early as Jonathan Taylor's run all over us, but we are going to try and run all over them. Only picking up 3 yards, but we do want to try and bring this outside, let Mostert use his speed, so hopefully Smythe and Ingold, two of our best blockers who are on offensive line, we get to the outside. Good blocks by that Mostert with the juke, and that is honestly pretty good to get 3 yards. Probably going to get us in the backfield, so we did a good job to get positive yardage there as we're going to go with the pass here. And hopefully one of Gesicki, Tyreek, or Waddle will get open. As I do see Waddle open, catch it, and an amazing play. Is that Bobby Okereke, or that might be Darius Leonard who knocked that away? As that was an incredible play by Darius Leonard to get back to that ball. I don't know how he covered that much ground, and we are forced to punt again. Not looking good so far. Man, the offense hasn't been able to get going, and Jonathan Taylor has been ruining us, so we really need to lock in here on defense, hopefully get a stop and keep this as a 1-score game. As Jonathan Taylor is making us look silly, and finally Brandon Jones making the tackle. Going with the 4-3 here, as that is what the coach suggested, and honestly that might be one of our better chances of stopping the run. Getting more defensive linemen in there, and they do go to the left side. That's a big hole, and that's a block in the back from the offensive lineman, and that's a no call as Jonathan Taylor already has 110 rushing yards, but that was a block in the back. I don't know how that wasn't called. We're going to try and overload blitz here, because I'm not going to lie, I don't know how else we're going to stop Jonathan Taylor, because this is not looking good so far. He already has 110 rushing yards. As they go back to him, and Emmanuel Ogbah, it seems like he's the only guy who can stop Jonathan Taylor. Back to it, Channing Tindall into the game. Hopefully sideline to sideline speed can prove to be good. And Xavier Howard with another interception. Jonathan Taylor might eat against us, but we have Xavier Howard with his 3rd pick in the last 3 games. 1 in each game. 3 interceptions for Xavier Howard. Jumps the route. He's going to be huge to our defense, proving why he's one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Again, like I said, man, we're trying to run a game here. It doesn't look great, but if our blocks don't hold up, we can get a few positive yards as we are going with Mostert. Good block by J.C. Treader. Get to the outside, Mostert. Good block by Tyreek Hill. Cut up the field, and that's a great run from Raheem Mostert. 4 rushes, 35 yards. If they're going to rush against us with Jonathan Taylor, we're going to rush against them with Mostert and the rest of our guys. We ran the ball a few times, so I think that's a perfect time to set up the play action, as that is what we're going to do. Play action, and is that X down the field? Let's throw it up to him. That's double coverage, and Durham Smythe almost comes down with the ball. Couldn't get the ball to Durham Smythe. I thought we might be able to pass him up the field, but the cornerback got back in time. Trying to get going with the pass here, and let's see what we can get going. As Mike Gesicki looks open underneath, let's juke back inside. Honestly, that's a good little 5 yards. 4 for 8, 72 yards. Not great, but honestly not too shabby either. The coach says we want to pass here. We're not going to try the run, and let's do a little play action pass here and try and get this first down. As we do have X over the middle. I don't think I come back to that Durham Smythe. That was not a good throw by me, and honestly, I'll take the field goal here. As that probably should have been an interception. I really have to stop throwing those type of throws. And the field goal is up, and the field goal might be a miss. Actually, I missed that by a mile, and Jason Sanders does miss his first field goal of the season. This has not been a good start to the game at all. This has been a really rough start to the game. I'm not going to lie. We wanted to get the run game going, which we kind of had, but Tua's arm hasn't gotten going. And now they're back on the field with Jonathan Taylor. Jerome Baker makes a great play to get into the backfield. I know it still says 11 rushes and 114 yards, but the second tackle for loss on Jonathan Taylor, that's huge. As stopping Jonathan Taylor is the only answer we're going to have to try and win this game, or not. This game might get away from us very quickly, so we definitely need to stop him. As they keep going to him, and a fumble by, who was that? That was a Landon Roberts with a huge hit stick. That's what happens when you run the ball every single play. Big hit stick from a Landon Roberts. That ball is definitely out before he's gone. And Andrew Van Ginkel with a great play, basically doing a somersault to get the ball, as that is what I want our defense to do, force those turnovers. Our defense forcing another turnover. First the Xavier Howard interception, and now Landon Roberts with a big hit stick. Let's see if we can get the offense going, man. Big play action play. Jalen Waddle comes open down the field. Secure catch, gets his feet in. That's a big throw and a big catch from Jalen Waddle. Moving down into the red zone for the first time this game. Let's put 6 on the board. Going with the RPO here, honestly, if that linebacker, that corner on the outside comes in, we'll throw to Tyreek. If not, I do like the stretch to Raheem Mostert. So he does stay out in coverage, so we're going to give it to Mostert. Mostert all the way outside, and a good tackle from Stephon Gilmore. That's honestly a great rush. Raheem Mostert having his best game of the year already. First and goal here, and this is our first look at the end zone. And we're actually going to give Sony Michel an opportunity here, as he has been great inside the red zone, and he might continue to be great as he almost gets a touchdown. Man, Sony Michel has been awesome inside the red zone in that short yardage area. I think I want to go back to him, man. He's been great, and I think he will be able to punch us in. Let's actually flip the play to the other side, get Tyreek moving, I want to go to Durham Smythe's side, not Gesicki's side. I will open up a little bit and hopefully Sony Michel can punch us in for the 6 as Michel gets a block from Robert Hunt pulling. And what a tackle. What a tackle by the Indianapolis Colts, as I thought that was going to be good, and then he came in one-on-one and made a great tackle. Let's give Tua a chance here, man. Honestly, we ran the ball twice. It didn't work, so let's see if we can get a touchdown here with the pass. I do think we're going to let the clock drip to the 2-minute warning, as we don't want to give the Colts too much time. After the 2-minute warning, we are running the same play as we were before, so it's not going to change for you guys. Cedric Wilson motioning over. We're looking at Edmonds or Wilson or Waddle. Lots of options on this play. As Waddle does look open, we give it to Waddle, and Waddle with a touchdown in his game for his goal. We are going to look for Waddle more than others just because of that goal. And Jalen Waddle having 50 yards and a touchdown so far is a great start as Jason Sanders gets back on track, hits his extra point, taking back the lead 10-7. That was a huge swing of momentum. Even you can see the momentum bar in the game. That was a huge swing of momentum from Landon Roberts to force that fumble and get us some points on the board. Back on the field on defense, 2-minute drill for the Colts as he passes to a wide open Cole Sr. And honestly, we do need to handle him because he's been eating for whatever reason. I don't know why Keelan Cole's been eating like that, but he has been. So we don't want them to get any points on this 2-minute drill, to be honest. I'm okay if we don't get any points in these last 2 minutes, but we really don't want the Indianapolis Colts to get any. As Jerome Baker struggles in coverage against Wally Cox as he routes him up. As they do go into the hurry up, so let's just run man-to-man, not trying to mix it up too much. If we do need to, we'll call a timeout. As everything's covered here, and Matt Ryan makes an incredible throw to throw Jonathan Taylor open as they keep moving down the field. Let's go into a zone here as the man-to-man has not been working. Juwan Holland covering the middle third as he just goes to the outside to a wide open Jonathan Taylor on the sideline. 3rd and inches, they might actually run the ball here just because they do have 3 timeouts, so I am running this play man-on-man to see if they do run, but they don't. As Javon Holland, Matt Ryan tries to run, everything is locked up, go at him, and we let Matt Ryan run forward. I should have sent Channing Tindall way earlier. I waited way too long. That's really bad on me for not sending him early, but I just wanted to make sure no receivers behind him got open, but should have sent Channing Tindall earlier so Matt Ryan couldn't have ran for that first down. As everything is locked up again, and a huge sack from, I believe that was Christian Wilkins or Adam Butler. I think it was Christian Wilkins though. A huge sack as they are forced to take the timeout. That is awesome. Let's get back to a 2nd and 17. If we get another sack, we can get them out of field goal range. But honestly, a field goal right now is a success for us just to go into the game or into the half tied. As everything is locked up again, Jerome Baker with a nice tackle on Jonathan Taylor. As now they will have to run another play. As long as we keep them from getting this first down, we can keep them to just hold them to a field goal. Looks like their clock's running down a good bit, so looks like they're okay with the field goal as well, as it will probably tie up the game. As I'm covering 2 people down the field, and Emmanuel Ogbah with an incredible sack as that puts him outside of field goal range. I'm not going to call a timeout because we wouldn't have enough time to drive down the field anyway, as they are not going to come away with any points during this drive. Emmanuel Ogbah with a huge sack as we go into the half with the ball, getting the ball at the start of the 3rd quarter, and a 3-point lead. Okay, so with that being said, I do want our goal to be run to the outside because we do, again, like I've been talking about this whole time, want to get the run game going. And now we're going to defend the inside run to help stop Jonathan Taylor. I have no idea why at the start it showed Matt Ryan like he was the biggest factor or contributor on to their offense, as we should have done defend the inside run to defend Jonathan Taylor from the beginning. Starting the 2nd half here with the run, with the outside run as per our goal. Cutting it back, inside Mostert gets through the gap, and that's an awesome rush. 6 yards on that carry, 2nd and 4 now. We are doing great with the runner. Raheem Mostert is proving to be that #1 back so far, as it looked like it might be Michel or Edmonds in a couple other games. And Mostert really trying to prove his worth here on the run, as you want to cut it back inside. Man, Gesicki struggled to block there again. We didn't give him that contract extension because of his blocking. It was because of his down the field stuff. So again, okay with that. But let's run the Z-spot play. I'm not even sure if I've ever ran this play myself, but it does look very interesting. I am going to block Chase Edmonds though, just because their defensive line is so imposing. So hopefully one of these other guys can get going. I'm also going to audible Waddle onto a slant just so he gets to the first down marker. And that is the play we're going to run. As Waddle does look open. Get there, Waddle. Here we go. The Jalen Waddle game. Tua Tagovailoa to Jalen Waddle, as it's been a very solid game from them two so far. Waddle doing a great job to get open. Let's keep it going. I was going to throw a pass here, but honestly, let's go back to the run. I don't want to throw an interception. I want to play smart. So let's go back to the run and use that to our advantage. Chase Edmonds getting the ball. Good blocks from all of our players. Even Tyreek Hill getting involved with the blocks. And a great run from Chase Edmonds. Continuing with the run game here. Sony Michel has been awesome for us in his limited touches. So let's get him some more touches. Sony Michel kind of gets back around, stays on his feet. And honestly, the Colts just did a great job there. I don't think I've called that many screenplays or even ran that many screenplays in this series. So let's get a screenplay going to Chase Edmonds as they do run a little bit of a blitzer. Get it out to Edmonds. Edmonds gets the catch, goes between the defender, as that's a great play call. And again, Tua's been doing a great job on these screens. I do remember the last screen we ran. Tua's been doing great to get that ball into the hand of Chase Edmonds, and a great play by him, as Edmonds has proven to be so valuable for this team. I do see him as a part of this team going forward, so hopefully we do have that. He is under contract for 2 years, and we're going to get back Mostert on the outside, Alec Ingold with the block, Durham Smythe with the block, and honestly a great tackle there from number 53 and Darius Leonard. We're going to continue with the run, give Chase Edmonds the rock here, as it does look a little bit more open in the middle of the field. Hopefully Robert Hunt can pull and get us a nice block here as we do cut up the middle. Chase Edmonds making it third and manageable on a 4-yard rush there, as a run is really helping getting us started as Xavier Howard looks on. It's 3rd and 4, but I'm actually going to go a run here with Chase Edmonds and hopefully pick up the first down with the run, as Edmonds goes up the middle and it's a touchdown, but there is a flag. That was an incredible play call as Chase Edmonds found the gap. It was great blocking all around on that 3rd and 4 run, and we did get a touchdown, but it does look like it's coming back as Robert Hunt, I believe, gets the holding call, as it is Robert Hunt. That is so unfortunate because that was a perfect play call for that place, as we did get a touchdown on it, but unfortunately it is a holding call, so no penalty, or so there is a penalty, so no touchdown for us, as that was a beautiful run by Chase Edmonds, but unfortunately gets called back, and now we're forced to pass on 3rd and long. Not great for us, as Mike Gesicki open with yards to run as he gets out of bounds and the first down, so Mike Gesicki making up for it, and a good catch on his first game with that new contract. Back into the red zone here, 3rd and 6. I am going to do an end around with Waddle, but I'm actually going to flip the play just because it didn't look too open on that right side, and now it is going to Tyreek, which is fine with me. They're both incredible with the ball in their hands. So let's get the ball to Tyreek all the way around, and unfortunately we get stopped 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Just now 2nd and goal from the 8. Again, really wanted to try the end around, and I think those are some fun plays to do, and I think that's something we'll do in real life, but unfortunately get stopped there. Now, I am looking to pass here, but it doesn't look great, and I do kind of like the run here with Chase Edmonds, so hopefully we can replicate what we did before when it wasn't too expected. As Chase Edmonds gets the ball, runs to the outside, and almost gets back to the end zone, but no holding call on this play, and now it is 3rd and goal from the 3. I don't know what I want to do yet. I think I'm going to look at running a slant play. Okay, I do like slants here just because they are definitely clogging up the run. So I'm definitely keep Smythe blocking here, and then I think I'm going to have Mostert go on that route, and hopefully Waddle or Tyreek can get open. As Waddle is open, low throw, Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the game, getting him that goal. 2 touchdowns for Jalen Waddle. He does need a few more yards, I believe, but honestly 2 touchdowns is awesome, as he does need 75 more yards. I don't know if it's going to be possible because, again, we are trying to run the ball that much more, but again, at least he's going to get those touchdown bonuses, so it's awesome. As again, doing a great job, Tua throwing accurate, no picks as of yet. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it. I'm going to knock on wood here on my desk. Honestly, a great game so far, as we found a way to stop Jonathan Taylor somehow. He was incredible in the first quarter, and honestly, us running the ball ourselves, which is stripping time off the clock, is making it so that they can't run the ball because the time's running out. They're down by 10, so they're going to have to start passing, which is getting away from their game plan of Jonathan Taylor, which has definitely helped us take over this game. As you saw there, Nyheim Hines did a good job on the return to get to the 27, getting 2 yards instead of a go into the end zone, as our momentum is kicking in. As it is a little bit harder for Matt Ryan to get the ball off, as he does find a place, and he does make the catch. Wow, what a catch on Brandon Jones. I thought he was pretty good in coverage there, but unfortunately the Indianapolis Colts do get that first down. I thought Brandon Jones was there for the play, but I guess not, as that's a great throw and a great catch to throw him open, and that's really unfortunate because I did think we had that covered, so that's really unfortunate. They go back to Jonathan Taylor. He cuts back inside, which wasn't the right decision, into Landon Roberts, Christian Wilkins, and Emmanuel Ogbah, all there to make the stop. 2nd and 9 here, so we are going to send the heat as we do. And Xavier, oh my god, he almost gets a pick, and that's a perfect ball from Matt Ryan to get the ball to Keelan Cole on the sideline. They have had some insane chemistry, to be quite honest, so it looks like to be a good pickup for the Colts, but that was an incredible throw from Matt Ryan onto the outside of the sideline there. As we do run the play, they are running halfback wham. I know that from a mile away, as Raekwon Davis makes a great tackle on Jonathan Taylor. So they are trying to get Jonathan Taylor involved, but we are doing a great job of stopping it, as they are going to kick the field goal. It is a 57-yarder, so this is going to be tough. I don't think it's a fake. I am there, but I'm just going to be back with Landon Roberts just in case, as they do kick it. And is that good? And it's no good. It did have the yardage though, so he did have the yards for 57-yarder, but he does miss it. So now, after the missed kick from Jason Sanders. Rodrigo Blankenship misses a kick as well there. So honestly, this game has turned around from what it was looking like at the beginning of the game. As we go back to Raheem Mostert running back outside. I should have kept going around the outside. I tried to cut it back in, as that is one of the goals, but that is okay. As now we are going to give Jalen Waddle the touch pass, or Cedric Wilson, because I flipped the play, so it's going to give the ball to Cedric Wilson on this touch pass. Let's see if we can get Cedric Wilson the ball, get him involved, and get him going here on the outside. We do get good blocks, and Cedric Wilson along the outside, and that's a great play, as that will count as a pass for Tua Tagovailoa. 11 for 16, 2 touchdowns, 170 yards. Hasn't thrown that many times, and doesn't have that many yards, but 2 touchdowns, no picks. Honestly, that's more than I could ever ask, as we are again trying to use that philosophy of using the run game. So again, can't be mad at Tua for this performance so far, as he's done exactly what we wanted him to do, hasn't made a mistake, and it's been a way better game, way cleaner game from him so far. If we go back to the run, as Raheem Mostert gets stopped by DeForest Buckner, and we are back to 2nd and 10. Not too good there, as we are going to go with the RPO, so it gives us the option to run or pass. The cornerback on the left side guarding Tyreek stays back. We'll give it to him, see if we can do something after the ball, but he does step up, so we will give the ball to Raheem Mostert. Now Drew back inside, and a good 4 or 5 yard rush from Raheem Mostert to make it 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 here, we are going to pass the ball, looking for anything that can come open. As I don't see anyone, I'm going to throw it up to Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki almost makes an incredible pass. I was okay throwing it up there because Mike Gesicki is a good 50-50 ball guy. So if anything, it was going to be an incompletion, at least in my head. So thank God I'm not a pick. But we are in field goal range just because of them missing a field goal. So hopefully we can make this a 6-point swing, as it is a nice little Jason Sanders game, as he does nail that kick. So it's a 6-point swing from Rodrigo Blankenship missing that kick. Now 20-7. It's been a great turnaround since that rough start. Again, with a 13-point lead with only 8 minutes left, we are forcing them to pass the ball more than run the ball, which is getting them out of their comfort zone with running with Jonathan Taylor. So that's huge for us, as again, when they were able to run and just give them the ball, they were succeeding getting down the field, as they did have that 7-3 lead. But since we forced them to pass and let our defenders make some plays, it's been all of us. It's been all gravy. So again, really trying to use that philosophy to keep the ball out of Jonathan Taylor's hands and keep it in Matt Ryan's hands so we can help defend. I see Matt Ryan has just been making a lot of nice, good throws. Like a lot of throws with a nice amount of touch and just getting guys open. He's been actually pretty good, other than that interception, getting guys open. As it has been Keelan Cole more than Michael Pittman. That is Michael Pittman's first catch. But honestly, again, we just want to limit them. Can't let them score too many points. As if they do score a touchdown, it's only a 1-score game. So really trying to hold them to a field goal here. As again, a nice throw to Keelan Cole. Man, Matt Ryan and Keelan Cole. What a dynamic duo that I never thought I would say ever. Matt Ryan to Keelan Cole on the Indianapolis Colts. He's 5 receptions for 50 yards, and he's really been great for them on 3rd down. Using Javon Holland here again, it looks like they're still going to be passing the ball, I would assume, just because it's so late in the game, as they are. And again, and Matt Ryan does find Michael Pittman open there, so now it is 2nd and inches. Now it's where they can get Jonathan Taylor involved, which is not what we want. Looks like they might be switching up the play, but we are just going to rush with Emmanuel Ogba here and hopefully get to the quarterback or the running back, as they do throw, and that's a touchdown. As now this game got a whole lot more interesting, as if they can stop us here, it's only a 1-score game. So this next offensive possession, we really want to try our best to run the clock out. As you can see, Raheem Mostert has struggled a little bit after that good start to the game, but honestly, we're going to keep going with the run. The only thing that does scare me, and there's a reason, although I do want to run the clock out too, I think it's important that we do get 3 points, because if we don't get any points, if they score a touchdown, they're up 1, and that could be the game. So we really need to come away with points here. That's really important for us, because if they score a touchdown, we do not want them to have a chance to come up with. We don't want them to have a chance to win the game with that 1 point, with the 7 points. So we definitely need to get points here, a minimum of 3, as we are going to continue to run. As man, Raheem Mostert has been great for us over the course of this game. Obviously a better first half than not, but look at him keep running, Raheem Mostert. Going back to this cross-drag play, as it was the play that Waddle got open and Tua missed, so we do want to go back to it, because if Waddle can get back open, hopefully if Tua can hit the throw, we will have a better chance, but nothing's open. I'm just going to try and throw the ball away, and I couldn't, and that's a fumble. I do believe the ball was on the ground, but if that is a fumble touchdown, that is really bad, as I was trying to get outside the tackle box and throw the ball away, so there was no penalty. I think Tua was on the ground, but we will see as we load the ball. And there is no review. They're not allowing us to challenge the play. There is no review. Tua was not on the ground, as they take a 1-point lead, as this game has just swung around with another turnover. Man, it's crazy how quick these games can change, as now they have every single bit of momentum, and they do have that 1-point lead that I was talking about. So now we have to go and put up points on the board, or else we will lose. As we look, and they get instant pressure as Tua goes down. Darius Leonard really wrecking havoc with his play on the defensive end. And now, again, forcing us to pass. We did have Waddle open there, but he got instant pressure, was even able to make the throw. as this is not looking good for us, as now we do need a little bit of chunk yards if we are looking to get this first down. Edmonds open underneath, just taking what they're giving us and hopefully making the third down a little bit more easy as we do get back to the 25-yard line. 3rd and 13. This is not looking good as Landon Roberts has a dislocated shoulder, so Channing Tindall finding his way into the everyday game plan as the everyday starter a lot earlier than expected, with Landon Roberts getting injured, and now we do need to try and get this first down, man. Or on this 3rd and 13, this has been rough. Gesicki open, good throw from Tua, good catch from Gesicki, and did he fight for the first down? What a throw from Tua Tagovailoa, and it is a first down. That's huge, huge throw from Tua on that 3rd and 13 to Mike Gesicki. Didn't even know what icon it was, but we found Mike Gesicki open. That was huge from us. That was so huge, as that might have been game if we had to punt, and they could have just run the clock out with Jonathan Taylor. Like I said, we need to keep Jonathan Taylor uninvolved as we go back to the pass here. Really need to get those points. And again, they're getting pressure, trying to throw it up to Gesicki. As we do get, Gesicki, he almost made that catch. Oh my God, I thought on the 2nd attempt when he turned back to make the catch, I thought he made it, but he didn't. I was going to throw it away, but I decided to give Gesicki a chance, and he couldn't make the throw. But again, back to the pass here. Again, this might be our last drive, so we really need to pick up points here. Rolling now, Tyreek, deep, a little underthrown from Tua, and almost intercepted. Oh my God, Tua, I need you to be able to make that throw, man. I need you to be able to overthrow Tyreek for that play. As now, it is important that we do get the first down, but if not, we are in 4th down territory, so Edmonds underneath isn't even that bad of a play. As you do have the tight end streaking over the middle, and Tua missed him. Tua missed. Was that? I think that was Durham Smythe. As I'm gonna call, I don't want to punt it. Actually, I'm gonna go for it here. I don't know what happened there. It said he was under pressure, and that's why it was inaccurate. But honestly, I have no idea if he actually was covered. And the only play they're giving me is this play action play. I have no clue. I have zero clue if he was actually under pressure, because it didn't feel like it, but I guess he was. And now this 4th and 10 is for the game. To play action, gets the ball, triangle, feels like the only play that's open. Waddle up, and he just deflects it away. As now we do have to make a stop. Maybe I should have punted it there. This is not looking good. If they do score, we do want them to score quickly, but we also want to hold them to a field goal. This has changed the game, man. This might be our first loss of the year, and I don't want it to be. I want to start off 4-0. Jerome Baker, good coverage from everybody. Can't get to the quarterback as we finally do, getting them out of field goal range. That's a huge sack from Channing Tindall, filling in from Landon Roberts. That's huge. 2nd and 18. Getting them out of field goal range. We need to keep doing that, as they might be able to take it to the 2-minute warning, but I'm not sure if they'll allege to. They probably will, just because that makes the most sense. That's so unfortunate that oh my God, they didn't. That I don't know why they didn't, but they don't take it to the 2-minute warning, and now they throw underneath, and Channing Tindall with a huge tackle, keeping them out of field goal range. This is going to be a huge stop and a crazy end to this game. Switching up the look here with the zone, I'm hoping that will throw them off a little bit, as we have ran predominantly man-to-man. So hopefully we can use your Javon. As they do just run the ball with Jonathan Taylor, and a huge tackle from Javon Holland. I have no clue if they're in field goal range. Where are they on the yard line? As we'll see what pops up here for coach's action. They have to punt. We force them to punt. That is huge. We do have 1 minute and 50 seconds, 1 timeout to get a field goal to win this game. A horrible punt from Wisniewski. A horrible punt that puts us on the 25. That's huge for us. 75 yards to drive down the field. All we need is a field goal for Tua Tagovailoa to go and win this game. Down 1. 1 minute and 46 seconds left. Tua Tagovailoa with the ball. Let's go win this game, man. Chase Edmonds underneath. Just take what we're given. Edmonds get out of bounds, 5 yards, good start to the drive, out of bounds 2, so no need to hurry it up here. Let's run bench here, as we do want most of our routes going to the outside, as let's keep the ball moving. We need to get down the field relatively quickly. All we need is a field goal, though, so that is nice. Don't see anybody open here. Don't see anybody open. I'm just going to throw it away. Didn't see anybody open here. That should be roughing the passer. Landon all his weight on. Stop the clock. Throw it away. I didn't want to guess about who was who or what the buttons were or anything like that. Take the safe play, throw it away. Hopefully Tyreek can dust his guy here. Tyreek, we're going to give him a chance. Throwers up. Tyreek, down the field. Boom! From Tua to Tyreek, and it's a touchdown! Tua to Tyreek, and it's a touchdown to take the lead. Finally hits him on that ball by the streak. We gave him a chance to just run under it. Tyreek Hill touchdown to take the lead. Now all we need is a stop. We might have actually scored too early. What a touchdown from Tyreek Hill. We did score too early. I'm an idiot for running that into the end zone. Oh my god, I just realized what I did. I was so excited because Tua finally hit Tyreek on a bomb. We should have just went down and took the field goal. Should have just ran the clock to the end and kicked the field goal. And now we do need this 2-point conversion, as they do have all their 3 timeouts. We're actually going to run a pass play here. We need this 2-point conversion. That was so stupid for me to actually run into the end zone. as Waddle is open for that 2-point conversion. Waddle continues to have an amazing game. This is so bad as now if they score a touchdown with 3 timeouts and 30 seconds left, they can tie and go to overtime instead of the certified win. I got way too excited there. 28-21, a minute and 30 seconds left. We have the lead. We just need 1 stop. They need a touchdown. They can't just get a field goal, so that's huge. Brandon Jones gets routed as he did have him over top, but he didn't decide to throw it. Matt Ryan throws it away. Phew, thank God. I thought he had him over the top with Mo Ali Cox down the middle. He doesn't elect to throw. He throws it away. Again, all we need to do is force a stop here, man. They need a field goal, and they only have a minute and 20 seconds left. We should be able to stop them here. Wilkins, let's just rush with Wilkins. They do double coverage here. They only rush 3. As Tyndall gets, oh my God, this number 12 is just breaking all. Is that Braxton Berrios? Who is that? Oh my God, it's Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley starts breaking tackles out of nowhere. As now they go to the play action, and whose guy is that? Oh my God, I don't know whose guy that was, but no one guarded him, and he was in free, and I don't know how Matt Ryan missed him. This game is crazy. First of all, whose responsibility was that? Because he was wide open. Second of all, how did Matt Ryan miss him as we get away with one there? As that would have been a touchdown to tie the game. Now we're setting heat again. Hopefully we can get some heat off the edge. Up top, Byron Jones with a huge pass breakup on Keelan Cole as he tries to go back to the guy who's had insane chemistry with. Man, this is so intense. 3rd and 10. If we can get 2 stops here, that'll be the end of this game. As they are not even having a running back in the backfield, definitely passing it. As he gets wide open on that inside route, but Jerome Baker makes a nice tackle. They will probably start taking their timeouts relatively soon. I don't know why they're not yet, because there it is. I don't know why they did a no huddle first before calling the timeout. They wasted so much time because of that. That was so stupid, but that's Madden for you. 1st and 10 from the 44, 30 seconds left. All we have to do is keep them in front of us. That is all we need to do. Just don't allow them to score a touchdown. And that is the goal. As they are running a play like 4 verts. And oh my God, Mo Ali Cox gets the ball and he gets out of bounds. That was the worst thing that could have happened. He didn't get out of bounds. He called timeout. That was the worst thing that could have happened on that sail play. I don't know what happened there. They do have a 2-touchdown, 100% conversion rate in the red zone. We need to stop that now. Javon Holland using over the middle. 1st and 10. 25 seconds left. Running the zone. No one's open, it doesn't look like. Someone is open. Brandon Jones, get over there. As he knocks the ball loose, Brandon Jones with a huge play. I knew he wasn't going to get over there for the pick, so I just started spamming X with Brandon Jones, and he gets over there and knocks the ball loose by hitting him hard. Huge plays. He was wide open. Matt Ryan just lobbed it up there instead of bulleting it into him, and Brandon Jones does a great job of getting over there and knocking the ball loose. That was huge. He gets open, but we have Javon Holland with him. And then they just pass underneath with Jonathan Taylor. They take our final timeout. They have a couple shots at the end zone here. What a great play from Brandon Jones. This game is crazy. Using Javon Holland, having to cover the whole middle of the field. Hopefully there isn't 2 people there. As you cover him, he gets wide open. And again, it's to Keelan Cole as they tied up and we're headed to overtime. Matt Ryan to Keelan Cole, the unforeseen dynamic duo who we cannot stop. Rodrigo Blankenship on the field to try and make this extra point as he nails it. And now it's tied, 8 seconds left. We're just going to nail the ball in this game, head to overtime. Just going to run the clock out here. If anything happens, that'd be crazy. But we're just going to run the ball through the middle with Raheem Mostert as we do get a couple blocks. Raheem Mostert to the outside. Cut back in. Raheem Mostert. Honestly, the fact that he got all those extra yards just for yards, he almost got through, which would have been crazy. Like a Tyreek Hill against the Cowboys type play. But honestly, we just wanted to run the clock out, head to overtime. But man, what a game. I can't believe we're here 28-28 in overtime. Our first overtime of the series. Hopefully we can come out of here with a dub. We're the home team, so they do get to choose the coin toss. And they elect to choose tails and they win the toss. Obviously, they're going to receive. We're going to defend right because it doesn't really matter. Or whatever, we'll defend left. Whatever X was, I was just going to spam X. So we'll defend left. And the Colts get the ball to start overtime. This is not looking good. As if they can run down the field with Jonathan Taylor, that might be the end for us. So man, going into overtime, this is so intense. I don't know how we're here. We had a bomb to Tua from Tyreek after missing him. This has been a wild game. Start of overtime here, 2nd and 5. They did have a nice little play there from Matt Ryan to Mo Ali Cox. Just a little out route. And now we are stopping them, hopefully. Jonathan Taylor on the toss. Please get there. Channing Tindall with a huge tackle. He can't make the tackle. Oh my God. No, Jonathan Taylor just keeps breaking tackles. You broke like 4 tackles on that play. And it took Jerome Baker and Emmanuel Ogbah coming back to stop Jonathan Taylor. That was brutal start, as I thought we had him wrapped up maybe in the backfield at the line of scrimmage, and now they're already basically at the half. What a run from Jonathan Taylor. That is not what we wanted to see. Jerome Baker monitoring the middle of the field as they go over, and finally Michael Pittman making his 2nd catch of the game. Man, this has been real bad. Jonathan Taylor, we need to find a way to hold him to a field goal here. they have been running all over us with Jonathan Taylor. Like, even though we felt like we stopped him, his average is probably over 6 at a minimum, just because of the start. As he do run to the outside again, and a good tackle by Javon Holland, the star of that defense, the young star of that defense, the young stud of that defense, coming in with a huge play to stop Jonathan Taylor. That was huge, as if, man, if he broke that tackle, that might have been to the house, and that might have been game over. Javon Holland watching over top. They'd run a screenplay. Jerome Baker can't make the tackle. Blocked. Brandon Jones can't make the tackle either. Jonathan Taylor juking, and now they're already in the red zone. This is not looking good. They did get the ball to start. Now Matt Ryan's stat line looks incredible. After at the beginning it looked awful. Now he's only missed like 5 passes. This is not looking good. We need to get a shot up here. Hold him to a field goal. If not, we're going to lose our first game of the series. And that's not what I want to happen. Javon Holland wrapped up. Great tackle by Javon Holland. I think it's only Javon Holland who can tackle Jonathan Taylor, because he is running all over us, man. Second and goal from the 9. Only 3 minutes left already in this overtime. We need to get a stop here. Jerome Baker, get over there. We need to get a stop. They might be passing it. They might be running out. It might be an end around. It's a fake. And they go to Nyheim Hines as Jonathan Taylor's probably tired. And we get the stop, forcing 3rd and goal. This is for the game here, man. This is for the game. I'm actually going to get out of the blitz, because if we don't get the blitz, they're just going to run slant into the end zone. Running a zone here. This is for the game. If they score a touchdown here, it's over. If we get the stop, we force them to kick the field goal. Javon Holland monitoring over top as they get to the outside. But we do make the stop, thank God. They're at the 2. Now it's decision time for Frank Reich and the Colts. Do they go for it, or do they just kick the field goal, as they are on the 2? They are electing to kick the field goal here. I'm just going to make sure that they don't go for any crazy stuff with a fake or anything, as that is quite possible. But they do just force the kick, as that is a huge tackle to force the field goal. Now we have 2 minutes to drive down the field and get a touchdown or a field goal to tie it up. Starting off, 2-minute drill. We were in this position before and I threw a pick. That's not what's going to happen here, hopefully. A minute 59 seconds to drive down the field and hopefully get the win in overtime here. Here we go. Jalen Waddle underneath, wide open. Jalen Waddle jukes back, and we get the first down. A great start. We're going to go into the no huddle to get down the field as quick as possible, keeping with the passing going. Let's see what we can do here. Square looks wide open, and Tua misses him. Inaccurate. That's okay, though. We stop the clock. No worries there. As now, again, we're going to have to keep passing here, as we don't have the opportunity to run that much with only this much time left. Going to send Tyreek on his streak, just because, again, if he can get open down the field, that would be incredible. Nope, but they have safety coverage over there. Waddle looks open on that nice out route, catches the ball, gets out of bounds. Huge play for Jalen Waddle as he continues to have a great game. Back to the cross strike here. As again, we've tried this play multiple times. Hasn't worked off too well. We did have that one throw to Gesicki. Looking for Waddle here if he can get open. If not, we are just going to throw to Mike Gesicki on the sideline. Good throw from Tua. Good catch from Gesicki. Gets out of bounds, as you do have a nice 7-yard play there. 6-yard play for 2nd and 4. We need to keep driving down this field. We need to score some points. Don't want to turn the ball over here, as that is worst case scenario, that's versus L. A field goal is fine, as it gets us a tie, but a touchdown here can win us the game. Let's see here on this play who gets open. Tyreek with a great cut to the sideline. Good ball from Tua and a great catch from Tyreek Hill as we keep driving on down the field to the 28-yard line. This is huge. Keeping the ball in Tua's hands, man, as he's been driving down the field nicely. Chase Edmonds looks open in the middle of the field, gets the ball in the aggressive catch and runs out of bounds. Just taking what the defense is giving us and hopefully winning this game. Going to run the halfback draw here, as I don't know if they'll expect it, and we definitely have the time to do it, so hopefully catches them off guard. Halfback draw, fake the pass, and wow, is that Grover Stewart in the middle, does a great job to make the tackle on Chase Edmonds. Not too good there, but that is fine. Let's run this halfback angle play, as again, under a minute here on the 24-yard line, have to score. Edmonds over the middle, secure catch, gets down, as I don't know if we have the first down. It's 4th and inches, and it wants to skip field goal. I need time out to think about it. It is 4th and inches. Do we go for it, or do we go for the tie? That is the question. My thinking is a tie does us no good. A tie is whatever, and I hate seeing a tie just on the end there. It's really annoying, as it rarely happens. But it is 4th and inches. I trust our run game enough, I think. I think we should go for it, because if we go for it, we do have a chance to win the game. And if not, honestly, it was a great game. I'm looking for the win. Honestly, that was one of my biggest problems with our previous head coach, is that he would settle a lot, and I feel like I don't want to settle for a tie. I want to attack and go for the win. I don't want to settle. I want to go for the win. Let's give the ball to Chase Edmonds on this rush here. I do like this play to the outside zone, following Teron Armstead, our best offensive lineman. Let's see if we can get this first down. Chase Edmonds to the outside, and he gets the first down. Huge. Let's call the timeout. 44 seconds to score. A huge play call from Mike McDaniel, as he's been perfect on those challenges and on those types of play calls, and hopefully we can get a touchdown now, as now all of these plays Okay, they all seem to be going deep, around the 14-yard line. Let's run this play, man. Huge play call from Mike McDaniel as we have a chance to win this game now. And we could still tie even if we want that outcome. As I don't see anybody open, let's just give the ball to Chase Edmonds. He doesn't get the ball, but out of bounds. Would have been a throwaway anyway. That is fine. 2nd and 10. Here we go. Let's run this under play as it does give to us some options short and some options long. And if the play develops, Tyreek might be able to get open over the middle. Let's run this play. Let's see what happens. Waddle seems to be getting open. Waddle open with daylight in front of him. Jalen Waddle trucks his defender, gets out of bounds. The clock is stopped. Jalen Waddle almost got to the end zone. That was a clutch tackle by whoever that defender was. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. I was actually going to pass it. Let's give the ball to Chase Edmonds, see if we can run it in for the score. Win it in overtime. Robert Hunt with a big tackle and a big block from Robert Hunt as Chase Edmonds wins the Dolphins the game. The Miami Dolphins are now 4-0. Beat the Indianapolis Colts in overtime. What a game versus the Colts. Honestly, I thought we were going to lose there once they were up 21-20. And then we fight back in overtime for the win. Tua Tagovailoa with an amazing game. 3 touchdowns, no picks. Great game from Tua. And Chase Edmonds wins us the game. Holy smokes. What an exciting game. These games just keep getting better and better. What a game from the Colts, man. I thought they were going to win. I thought they were going to give us our first L as they seem to just never go away. And we get the win. 300 passing yards, 128 rushing yards. A great game from Tua. A great game from Mostert. Great game from the team all around. The defense struggled a little bit there. But honestly, the offense picked us up. That's the first win. I feel like the offense has really gotten us. So thank you so much. Tua Tagovailoa, Miami Dolphins with the win. Going into the stats here, Matt Ryan had an incredible game. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 76 completion percentage. Tua with 330 yards, 3 touchdowns. I thought this game was going to be over 21-20. I thought it was going to be done. I thought Tua was going to have a not that good of a game. Like he was going to be a game manager type game. 2 touchdowns, no picks, like 100 yards or like 180 yards. But honestly, what a game from Tua to bring us back in, as that was a huge final drive from Tua. 22 completions on 35 attempts, 237 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Still an incredible game from Matt Ryan. This was a doozy. Rushing wise, man, Jonathan Taylor 7.6 yards per carry, but the fumble was huge. Raheem Mostert almost getting to that 100-yard mark, 7 yards per carry for him. Chase Edmonds had a little bit of a rougher game, but he still gets that touchdown there. Sonny Michel struggled a little bit, but he was good for us in the red zone. Receiving wise, Jalen Waddle with an incredible game. Did not get the goal of 150 yards, and Jalen Waddle was incredible. Did not get the goal of 150 yards, but he did get 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. Molly Cox was good for them. Keelan Cole had an incredible game. Chase Edmonds was good for us. Jonathan Taylor was good for them. Man, a great game. And then Tyreek Hill down here, 90 yards and a touchdown for Tyreek Hill on 2 catches. Pretty good game from him, as these were the leaders. Honestly, not too bad of a game. Keelan Cole, man, the underrated hero, the guy who I did not think I would be saying would be that good against us. Sacks-wise, great all around. Melvin Ingram finally getting that start with Jalen Phillips being injured. 1 sack for him, 1 sack for Darius Leonard. Emmanuel Ogbah continues to have an incredible season as he gets a sack. Yannick Ngakoue gets a sack. That was an underrated pickup by the Colts. And Raekwon Davis with the sack. And Channing Tindall, the rookie, with a sack. And then interceptions, the only guy to get a pick, Xavier Howard again. And then again, Jason Sanders was huge. He didn't miss a field goal, so did Rodrigo Blankenship. But Jason Sanders was huge for us with some of those field goals. So, honestly, an incredible game. Getting out of the game here, Christian Wilkins does have an upgrade. And I'm actually just going to do a run stopper again. We do want him to keep being good at stopping that run. We saw it off the Taylor go off, so we do want him to get that play rec and block shedding up and that tackle up. So good for that on that. And then we do, let's see if we can discuss this tandem breakout, as it was Jalen Waddle. He did not get 150 yards. I was ready to go heading into this week, but things just didn't go my way. Then the game started. I need to be better than that. That makes no sense. He had 100+ yards and 2 touchdowns. That literally makes no sense. I don't know why. Like, sometimes the game makes no sense. Like, yeah, you had a bad game, man. 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was horrible. So that's a little stupid there, but he still had a great game. So that's whatever. And then Tua, really proud of how we came out and got the job done. Everyone chipped in. We came away with a nice win. Honestly, huge from Tua. Let's keep it up. Good job from Tua to bring on that leadership as the captain and get everyone 2,500 XP, as that was huge from Tua. That was huge from the team. Great week for us as we are 4-0 now, giving the Colts the second loss, as it is the Patriots and the Jets just behind us somehow. I don't know how the Bills, again, I don't know why they do so bad in franchise, but again, honestly, a great game for us. 4-0 to start the year. Can't ask for much more than that. Tua finally breaking out with a nice game. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.